All right, it says on live, so I'm gonna go ahead and jump right in. I want to talk about this new moon in Virgo. That's gonna be on October. It's gonna be on August 23rd to, I believe it's like 2:06 a.m. So if you see something August 22nd, it basically is, but um, it's gonna be like that early that night or whatever. So I wanted to look into what this new moon in Virgo is going to mean for us, for overall our contracts, our relationships, and our health. If I might turn the camera off every once in a while to blow my nose, so just be prepared for that. So if you are interested in a personal reading, you can look in the description for my information. And I'm going to go ahead and jump right into what is the overall meaning of this new moon in Virgo. What is the overall meaning for this new moon in Virgo for the collective, for us all? All right. Okay, star reverse. So we might need to be healing from depression, Queen of Scrolls, and Three of Scrolls, healing from heartbreak. Okay. All right. That's pretty clear. So I want to dig deep into what exactly do we need to, please clarify please clarify seven of, not seven of, the star card reverse. What do we need to heal from? Star card reverse. Please clarify. All right. Awakening presence. The universe is with you. Wear a cloak of protection and love. Diana, focus intention. Think about what you desire. Set your sights high. Expect the best possible income. And magic, manifesting your dreams, visions, and goals are becoming reality. Stay focused. Okay, it's a lot to stay focused, and you're becoming awakening. And sometimes we can feel a little off or a little down, like right before things start to get good. What can happen is we can self-sabotage or get distracted on things that we don't really need to be focused on, and that could cause us to be, to kind of get depressed. But I did a reading for somebody earlier today, and she was saying that she was feeling disconnected, and I was telling her, like, sometimes you can feel disconnected, like spiritually disconnected, if it's time for you to evolve. Like sometimes the same things that you do spiritually aren't aren't going to, they're not fulfilling to you, or they're just not where you need to be. So you need to go to your next level and do something different. And usually if you like take some time to go within, you can gain clarity on like what is the new thing that I need to do spiritually um to feel more connected to where I need to go. And I feel like this is it with the star card in reverse. Like this usually just means like you're not feeling hopeful. You might feel a little depressed, but with these cards saying, stay focused, magic is manifesting, and also you're awakening to his presence. Um, it's just saying, just like, even though you might feel down, keep going. And I want to clarify that some more. Let's clarify this some more. Please clarify the star card more. Oh, actually, I want to know why is some of the collective feeling depressed? Why are they feeling depressed, or why are we feeling depressed or kind of hopeless? Prosperity, that's good. Home, your household situation is improving either through a move or a healthy change in the occupants. True love, the romantic stirrings in your heart have propelled the universe to deliver great love to you. Okay. So it seems like we're like, just like I said, was saying before, in like some type of time of transformation. It could be experiencing some type of transformation. And if we don't look at the circumstances and just have faith and stay focused on what we want, then we can manifest the prosperity in our dreams and our goals. Um, some of us might want to move. Some of us might want to um, either rekindle a relationship or experience a new romantic relationship, and we're just like in like a point of transformation. So it's important that, while we're going through the transformation, just to stay focused on what you want. Don't really stay focused on what you don't have or where you are currently right now. So yeah, I think that's what we're doing, um focusing too much on the way things are right now, and not so much on like looking ahead, towards the future. Okay, so let's clarify this Queen of Swords. Okay, please clarify the Queen of Swords for the collective. Okay, we have Archangel Michael. Trusting heaven, you are safe. Angels stand alone. Surrender your concerns and allow a miracle to occur. Intervention and purpose. Divine intervention is occurring. Know that you are being guided. Happiness is your purpose. It seems like it's a lot of just wait, it's gonna be okay type of energy going on here, and a lot of learning. Learning. Your consciousness is expanding. You understand the connections between all things. Okay. Um. Yeah. It seems like a lot of wait, and you just wait and you'll see type of energy with the Queen of Swords. It's like you're trying to see something. You're trying to see something, and you might be looking into spirituality, try to see something, or you might be researching, trying to see something, try to find something out. But it's like God of the universe is just be patient and you'll see. Just kind of be reflecting on what you've been learning. This is a good time. We're leading up to the new moon. So during this time, this is a good time to like reflect on the past 3 weeks, the past couple weeks. Think about the last new moon and the weeks after that, or even before then. But you want to really be kind of focusing on reflecting and being patient and knowing everything is going to be all right. It's a lot of gaining wisdom that needs to happen. Be patient and gain some wisdom. Please clarify the Queen of Swords for us. It's like you're trying to force the knowledge to happen or the wisdom to happen when you kind of just need to chill out a little bit. Please clarify the Queen of Swords. Endings and beginnings. Yep, transformation. Receptivity. Allow yourself to receive. This will increase your intuition. Yeah, it's about receiving right now. Not too much doing. Kind of like receiving and gaining wisdom. The ability to get to others. And this is sensitivity. You are becoming increasingly sensitive. Avoid harsh relationships, environments, situations, and chemicals. Yeah, and I'm going to just leave that right there with the Queen of Swords for the overall energy. I believe that it is talking about basically just not trying to force what you see, just kind of like understanding that you're going to see, have faith that you're going to see in the right time. Now we're going to look into this Three of Swords reverse, which is healing from heartbreak. So I'm going to start with the past life cards. Let's clarify with that. Please clarify these Three of Swords reverse. Mother, knighthood, father. Oh boy. So we could be healing from some family heartbreak. So it's something about Virgo, and the section of Virgo that this new moon is going to be in is Uttara Phalguni, which is about family, and it's called the star of royalty, I believe. So it talks about family and needing to be part of a group, part of a family, how it's important. And so there could have been some things with family or with parents that need to be healed from. Let's clarify this more. Please clarify the Three of Swords reverse. Oh, Mother again. Love and peace. Let go of the need to be right. Choose peace. Mother, healing is possible at this time. Oh boy, my mother stuff, huh? Bridget, inner strength. Move back to wholeness. Recognize that you have the power. And Sanat Kumara, light activation. Shine your light. Your internal guidance is coming through loud and clear. Okay, so some of this mother and father, mother or father situation, it might have that might be causing some of you guys, some of us to feel depressed. Like sometimes it's like sometimes I guess I keep hearing it's not supposed to be this way. It's not supposed to be this way. It's not supposed to be this way. Mothers and fathers are supposed to support you. They're not supposed to dim your light or make you be depressed or try to, or where this Bridget inner strength is, make you feel weak in a way, weaken you, weaken your energy. It's not supposed to be this way. Some of you might feel that way. But when it comes to family, when it comes to people in general, you just have to accept that it is what it is. People are who they are. Please clarify Three of Swords reverse. Not taking all those. All right. Again, you are becoming, this is a sensitivity. So the home card came out before, so it might be some of us that might need to maybe take a break, consider taking a break from parents or family right now. You are becoming increasingly sensitive. Avoid harsh relationships, environment, and chemicals. Yep, this is all about family. This is coming out again. Allow yourself to receive. This will increase your intuition, energy, and ability to give to others. And independent, vast. Independent, vast. Your independence is a foundation for your strength and success. This strength is coming out again. It's something about your family situation that might be weakening you in some way. So in order to get your strength back, you're going to have to so yeah, that's definitely a big theme about family. To get your strength back, you're going to have to take a break from your family. Maybe some of us need to move. Maybe some of us need to just accept things and people for who they are. So that's the overall energy that's coming up, okay? And that's again because of the part of Virgo that that the new moon is going to be in. It's all about patronage. It's all about family. It's all about what you create from a relationship. What's created from a relationship. And so that's something to reflect on, is how does your family affect you? How can there be a newness in how your family affects your strength, your ability to focus on manifesting your dreams and your hopes and your wishes, even your emotional health. Okay. All right. So now let's look into, do I want to go into contracts or do I want to go into relationships? Let's go to relationships. Relationships. For this new moon in Virgo, what do we need to know about relationships? Okay, what's coming out? Bridge it again. Inner strength. Move back to wholeness. Recognize that you have the power. We might need to take our power back from family situations or events or people in our family. Mother and father came out specifically that that we feel might have taken our power in some way. I know I've been talking about that a lot lately. Awakening presence again is coming out. The universe is with you. Cloak of protection. Some of us might need to protect ourselves from family. And family could be, it specifically said mother and father, but I'm moving into relationships now. So this could also be friends, relationship with friends, protection. Trusting heaven, you are safe. Angels stand close. Surrender your concerns. Allow miracles to occur. Allow miracles to occur. Okay, let's clarify some more. What do we need protection for when it comes to relationships? What do we need protection for when it comes to relationships during this new moon in Virgo? All right. We need protection from, it might be some people trying to keep us from being independent, because this is coming out again. It might be some people trying to keep us from being independent. Stop worrying. Everything's going to be okay. And maybe we're putting too much weight into relationships, and we're putting too much, giving too many people too much power when it comes to family or friends, any relationships. What somebody feels about you or thinks about you, it shouldn't be more important than how you think and feel about yourself. Okay, so it's a lot of worry, and it's a lot of the cards trying to assure you everything is going to be okay. Um, so I feel like we're like, oh, what is my family going to think about? What, maybe we're worried about what our family is going to think about our dreams and our goals and our wishes, and we're giving them too much power. What they maybe past relationships, past events that could have affected us concerning relationships and our dreams and our goals. I feel like we're giving them too much power. Sacred space, create an altar or visit a power place to connect to the divine. When I see this come up, usually this means like we haven't created a place in our home, or maybe we need to do something to revamp a place in our home that is just a place for us, not a place for the kids, not a place for, that's just a place for us to go and connect. Because I feel like we do need to reconnect, because if we're putting all this energy into what people connected to our relationships, how they're affecting us, what they might think about us, what they might feel, then we definitely need to reconnect to who we are and who's in us. Okay, I want to clarify one more time. Okay, so that is, what do we need protection from? And so what we need protection from is, it's ourselves. If we're putting all this power in other people's hands, then we might think that it's other people that we need to protect ourselves from, but it's really us that we need to protect ourselves from, because we're putting the power in their hands. So we're self-sabotaging our own selves. So we need to get back to us, remember who we are, and remember our power. Remember our power, and then, Bridget, secretary, she has the power in her own hands, and she's not giving it to anybody else. Okay, let's clarify one more time. What do we need to know about relationships? Is there anything else we need to know about relationships during this new moon? Yeah, for the most part, for relationships, we need to take our power back. And right here, we need to take our power back. We need to protect ourselves and stop worrying about other people. You know, stop worrying about other people, what they might be doing to you spiritually, what they might be thinking about you, what they might be doing to you physically. Now, if you need to protect yourself physically, you do what you need to do to protect yourself physically. If you're worried about spiritual protection, do what you need to do to protect yourself spiritually. But after that, you have to let it go, okay? You can't keep worrying about it. You got to let it go. Because if you protect yourself physically, which means like get an order of protection, get some type of physical protection that I can't say probably on YouTube, or if it's some type of spiritual protection, you do what you need to do, and then you keep worrying, you're still sabotaging yourself, because it's like you're putting the power, you're saying I trust God and the angels and my spirit guides and spirit animals and ancestors to protect me, but I'm still worried. So you're taking the power back for yourself, and then you're giving it back to somebody else right after that. So you want to make sure you don't do that. What was I saying? Is there anything else we need to know about relationships during this new moon? And something else I've been reflecting on when it comes to Virgo is when it comes to Virgo, you think about most people being of service to others, or being of service to people who are vulnerable, or animals who are vulnerable. It has a lot to do with being of service. Or like I was talking about this section of Virgo where the new moon is going to be, it talks about being of service to the group, or being of service to the family. Okay? But the what you have to get down to the bottom of when it comes to Virgo is, how are you being of service to yourself? Don't be a disservice to yourself, because you might be focused on other people's needs, what other people need, and you're not focusing on what you need. Is there anything else we need to know about this new moon? If I could be quiet and stop talking, then I can get somewhere. Keep thinking about stuff. Father again, authority figures, wars and battles. Ooh, wee. Mm. Oh, let me get some of this. Ooh. Okay, so this again, Uttara Phalguni is ruled by the sun. The part of Virgo that the new moon is going to be in is ruled by the sun. So this father figure, because the sun represents an aspect of our fathers, is right here. So you might be focused a lot on your relationship with your father. This could also be authority figures. And it's possible you don't want to fight with your father, and that's understandable. Or you don't want to do something for yourself, like back to the dreams and wishes that came out in the beginning. If your dreams and wishes and goals aren't in alignment with your father, then you might feel like it's going to start a fight. Well, so let me tell you the order of how Virgo goes, so you can understand that there might be a fight, because it's a lot of there's a Mars energy that's connected to Virgo. So there's 3 nakshatras in the zodiac sign Virgo. There's Uttara Phalguni, which is ruled by the sun. So it's starting off with your father there and being of service to your father or authority figures, like we saw mother and father coming out in the beginning. So you're thinking about the family being part of a group, and then in right after Uttara Phalguni, there's Hasta, where you start to learn how to. Hasta is represented by the hand, so that's where you start to take control of. Um, you can see it as starting to take control of your life, and not in coming away from only being of service to your father or authority figures, and starting to uh, learn how to manipulate and control your own life, and be of service to yourself. And then at the end of Virgo, the last nakshatra in Virgo is Chitra, and Chitra is ruled by Mars. Okay, and so Mars is Mars is a warrior, and so you might have to, by the end of this new moon season, before we go into the new moon in Libra, you might have to fight in some way. Um, in some way, you might have to fight for your goals and dreams and wishes in some way. And this might be you're fighting by being determined and not changing your mind. I'm not saying argue or be disrespectful, but you're going to have to be bold. You're going to have to be courageous. You're going to have to. Chitra is like creativity, so you're going to have to create your own way. You're going to have to create your own path. Going into Libra and talking about two different paths, you're going to have to create your own path, and that's going to take some fight in you, some determination, some boldness, and some courage. And you're going to have to basically like unleash the warrior within you when during this new moon season in Virgo. Okay. um and again, I'm not saying be disrespectful. I'm not saying put your hands on. I'm definitely not saying put your hands on anybody, but you're going to have to unleash that inner warrior within you, and kind of separate, from the group a little bit. Not separate, but you don't have to separate. But I want to make sure I'm saying this right. You don't have to separate, but you do have to individualize. Okay, and you might have to fight for that. Okay. All right. Did I just do that for real? Hope y'all didn't just hear me scratch my throat. Okay. Now we're gonna move on to health. No, contracts. Because I think we saw what we need to focus on with health um towards the beginning of the reading, but we're gonna move on to contracts. What am I gonna start with? I'm gonna start with these cards. What do we need to know about contracts during this new moon in Virgo? Contracts could be partnerships, could be legal issues, and also you want to think about spiritual contracts too. Some of those you might need to become more aware of any spiritual contracts you might have. But we're also talking about physical contracts, legal issues, things like that. Take some quiet time alone to rest, meditate, and contemplate. Siege. Okay? Don't back down. Stand up for what you believe is right. Bridget, again, Bridget is Bridget is coming through today, okay? So I want to say, like, if someone is trying to force you into some type of contract, some type of deal, some type of agreement, don't do anything that you feel like somebody's trying to force you into, okay? You and your loved ones are safe and spiritually protected. Okay. All right. Let's clarify. What do we need to clarify? What else do we need to know about contracts? Yeah, if you feel like you need to take some time and think about a decision before you sign on a contract, take as much time as you're allowed to take, so you can make sure you're making the best decision for you. So it's a win-win situation, and not just, you being rushed into something that's not good for you and the other person. You want to make sure you're protected. What else do we need to know about contracts? Also, this quiet time, I might also be thinking about what kind of spiritual contracts you have that might need to end. Hello, Miguel. Hopefully I pronounced your name right. All right, what we have. Prayer and contemplation, connect with heaven, ask and you shall receive. Okay, so if it's a legal issue, if the contract has something to do with a legal issue, ask and you receive. Because again, in the beginning we talked about maybe feeling down, feeling kind of hopeless because of some hopes and dreams that you have, and maybe not seeing how they're gonna work in your favor, or how your hopes and dreams can manifest. Remember your power. Again, the power in your hands keeps coming up with Bridget. Okay. All right. So yeah, so remember that the power is in your hand. You can manifest what you want. If it looks like things aren't going to go your way with any type of contracts, any type of legal issues, remember you have what you want. You have what you want, okay? All right. Life force. Express your driving passion. Sensual and sexual powers are increased. So is this okay? Yeah, this is again like about attracting and manifesting what you want. Okay. Kalima, facing fears. Major spiritual changes are unfolding. This is your chance to soar. Okay. This is your chance to soar. We're talking about contracts, facing your fears. What would we be afraid of when it comes to contracts? Okay. You're doing a little bit too much. Let's see. When it comes to contracts, what are we afraid of? When it comes to contracts, what are we afraid of? Okay, we got fairness. The situation will be handled in a fair and just manner. Maybe we're afraid of things not being handled fairly. And then I got sorceress. You are a magical person who can manifest your clear intentions into reality. Okay. This is again about remembering that the power is in your hands. Cycles and rhythms honor the cycles of your body, energy levels, and emotions. Let's see. What does that mean? Let's see. When it comes to facing our fears, what does the okay, this is transformation. This is transformation. So maybe we're not used to, maybe some of us aren't used to manifesting what we want, especially when it comes to legal matters, or maybe when it comes to a lot of things, because when you manifest, you are thinking about, because this is about Virgo, right? So Virgo is used to being a service to, wants to be a service to other people. So manifesting what you want might be, might be a little difficult because you're not used to focusing on you and what you want. So you want to remember that what you want, you can have. What you want is important, and you are worthy of having what you want. So, and also you're always manifesting, whether you're in faith or you're in fear. So if you want things to come out fairly for you, manifest it for yourself, believe that it's already done, and stay out of fear, so that things, when it comes to contracts or any legal issues, things will the outcome will be justice, and it'll be fair for you. Okay. All right, so the last thing is health, and then we'll go to what our advice is. Okay, now what do I want to start with? I'm gonna go with these again. What do we need to know about healing during this new moon in Virgo? Virgo is all about health and healing, emotional health, mental health, physical health, health and healing. Really, emotional health and physical health. I feel like the water signs are more lean toward emotional health, but the moon is going to be there, so we'll take all the health. We'll take all the healths. What do we need to know about health during this new moon in Virgo? All right, we need to know Intervention and purpose. Divine intervention is occurring. Know that you are being guided. Happiness is your purpose. Ascension. Okay, well, tap the like button then. Move into your true self. Rise above the darkness. The light is here. Okay, so this is looking good for health. Devotion. Trust your spiritual guidance. Your commitment has been recognized. You are loved unconditionally. All right. Okay, so I feel like if we've been experiencing any like health issues, and we might feel like um again, like in the beginning where the star reverse came out, and I was saying some of us might be feeling hopeless. Some of us might be feeling hopeless because of our health situations. So if you're experiencing any type of health issue, and you feel hopeless, this happiness came out, okay? And the sun represents things like fun and joy and happiness. So you want to be focused on that for yourself, and just focusing on. I think my dad tells a story about how somebody was sick, and they just like lock themselves up in a room and just watch comedy like all day, and they just laugh like all day and all night, and they ended up feeling better and getting better in some way. So with the sun being in Virgo, I think that is a good idea to just focus on joy and focus on happiness, and that can bring some healing that you maybe thought that you couldn't experience. Okay. Okay. Ascension, move into your true self, rise above the darkness, the light is here. Yeah, rise above the darkness. The darkness could be feeling hopeless and feeling depressed because of your health issues. Um trust your spiritual guidance. Your commitment is being recognized. You are loved unconditionally. And this could be, I feel like this might be like asking your spiritual team for help when it comes to healing. Okay, asking your spiritual team for help when it comes to healing. What else do we need to know about health and healing? Let me see what else. Well, yeah, I'm just gonna like, what else do we need to know about? Okay. Okay, what else do we need to know about health and healing? Bold, unleash your adventurous side, take risk, and be daring. Okay, you might need to try to approach your health and healing in a way that you might not have done before. Love yourself enough to say no to others demands on your time and energy. Okay, and bodies of water, spend time near water such as a lake, river, or the ocean to recharge your batteries. Okay, so when it comes to health and healing, there are some things that we might want to try that we haven't tried before. It's also important. Sometimes other people's energy can drain us or stress us out. Other people, so we might need to. This is boundaries. We might need to create boundaries with other people so that we can receive the healing. Because if we're stressed out or people are around us whose energy doesn't need to be around us, it can block our healing that we're trying to receive. So we want to make sure that also again, going back to Virgo, this could be maybe you're not healing because this is saying say no to others, because Virgo, like I was saying, likes to be of service to other people. So sometimes you need to say no. So you can't, you know how they talk about filling up your cup so you can pour into other people. So this is possibly what this means as well. Say boundaries. And now this makes me feel like when it comes to healing, this is bodies of water. Spend time near water, such as a lake, river, or the ocean to recharge your batteries. This is sometimes other people can unintentionally or intentionally send things to you that make you feel sick. So for some of us, we might need to focus on taking healing or cleansing baths or something like that, just so, like I was saying before, if someone is sending something to you, you want to make sure you're cleansing from that, because that could also affect your healing. And I want to look one more time. With what though? With what? I want to look with tarot. What else do we need to know about health and healing during this new moon in Virgo? Has that ever happened? Is that what you're saying? Has that ever happened? Can you clarify? What else do we need to know about health and healing? I didn't see it. All right. Okay, we got the Hangman reverse, the King of Wands, and the King of Wands and the Empress reverse. For some of us, when it comes to health and healing, it's like we need to take action on something. And it might be, this is like leading me closer to, again, going into the last portion of Virgo. It has the nakshatra Chitra in it. I didn't see what you said at first, so I'm kind of lost at what you're trying to say now. And Chitra has a lot to do with creativity. And with this specific card, This represents the Hangman, but it was in reverse. So when the Hangman is in reverse, it's like you're still, you're reflecting, but then when it's reverse, it's like, okay, it's time to come out of reflection and see things a different way. Okay, and this might not be physical health. This might be if you're experiencing some type of issues with mental health, in some way, it's time to like get up and do something, see things from a different perspective, but you don't want to just like sit there because we excuse me, because we have the King of Forces here, and the King of Forces takes action, and he's determined and he's focused, and he likes to get things done. Okay, so sometimes it's like if you're in a season of depression, and I'm not talking about like clinical like depression. I'm talking about kind of like feeling down. um because like if it's that type of depression, nobody should be afraid of seeing a psychologist or a psychiatrist. There's nothing wrong with that. But I'm talking about like if you notice that you've been, sometimes depression is like a snowball effect, right? So it's like the more you are depressed, the more you stay depressed, and it's like depression on top of depression on top of depression, and it's harder to get out of it. um so for me, this has a lot to do with the Hangman being reversed, and then also the Empress, um Archangel Gabriel being in reverse, and the King of Wands, and the and the King of Wands um being here. It's like you might be feeling stuck, and somehow depression could be affecting your creativity, and lack of creativity could be affecting your depression. Okay, because like I was saying, at the end of Virgo, that's where the energy is more focused on. uh it's more focused on creativity and beauty. Okay, so for some of us, you might want to create things. Going back to all this sun energy that I was seeing for healing, we might want to create things that make us happy, create things that bring us joy, and get into action in when it comes to creativity, and that can help you with your healing in some type of way. Okay, all right, and that's what I have for healing. Yeah, I believe that's complete. And so now I'm going to go to what is our advice? What is our advice for this new moon? Okay, I'm gonna start with tarot this time. What is our advice for this new moon? All right. Our advice for this new moon is Five of Scrolls, One of Forces, King of Keys. Okay, that's good. It seems like we're coming out of we're coming out of something, but we also could be missing an opportunity. Let's clarify this. Let me clarify the what does this Ace of Wands reverse mean for our advice? Okay, connect with heaven, asking you shall receive. Maybe there's some type of new beginning that you want, but you probably don't believe that you can have it. And it's probably a new beginning when it comes to money. I feel like you've been in your head about it, and you're like just now coming out of being in your head about it. But there's still like some doubt and unbelief there when it comes to your ability to have it. But the King of Keys is here for you to go ahead and move forward into action. But I feel like in your moving forward, you might move into you might move in a way that's safe and miss an opportunity. So move to have faith in yourself and your ability to manifest and move to what you want, not just what you think that you can get. Doing too much. Life force, express your drive and passion. Yeah. It's like do what you want to do. Do what you want to do. Inner strength, move back to wholeness, recognize you have the power. Yeah. Yeah. It's some doubt. It's the doubt here with what you really want. So what is it that the collective really wants when it comes to maybe being more stable? Because Virgo is an earth sign, so earth signs are about being stable. So what is it that the collective really wants? What is it that the collective really wants when it comes to opportunities that but they might miss? Past life. Okay, the situation involves your past life memories. So it could be some past life, something connected to the past life, or maybe earlier on, like in childhood. That could be okay. So there it is again. This situation with like father, mother, authority figures, something about that area of your life, and work and an opportunity. Um, Something about authority figures in the past life or in this life, and giving them too much power that could make you miss an opportunity when it comes to money, and you don't want to miss that. So that's something to think of, to be aware of. Create an altar. Again, this is the second time this came out, where you need to reconnect, and so you don't miss this opportunity when it comes to being stable, or financially stable, some type of stability, some type of wealth. You need to create a place where you can reconnect and be on your own, and this divine passion. Be honest with yourself. What's in your heart? Yeah, what do you really want? And it's the same. What's your true desire? What's your true desire? But I was asking what is the true desire. So that's telling me basically whatever the true desire is, make sure that nothing from your past is keeping you from seeing the opportunities that you can really have. And make sure you have what you, again, this is, with Virgo, trying to be of service to other people so much that you can miss an opportunity that will be of service to you. Okay? So you want to make sure you're not missing out on any opportunities that could be of service to you. An opportunity that you could be passionate about, that you really want, because you're stuck on some type of parent or family issue. Now I'm going to ask again, and be as clear as you can. Um, be as clear as you can. What is the opportunity that the collective needs to make sure they're not um, passing by during this new moon when it comes to financial stability? All right. Wars and battles. So it's going to be something that you might need to fight for. This is the second time scribe or being a writer came out. So this is also connected to the energy that I was saying, that the last portion of Virgo has a lot to do with creativity, food and hunger. That's, for me, this is financial stability, transformation, or transportation. It's transportation. So it might be an opportunity an opportunity that you're going to have to fight for, that involves writing in some way, and also something you might have to move, and I think that was popped up in the beginning of needing to move. So some of us might need to move, and that will help us with this opportunity. Some of us might need to write more, even if it's journaling, but it's going to be something that we're going to have to fight for, and we're just going to need to be prepared to fight and know that we can manifest, we can have what we want. And if it's worth fighting for, then fight for it. Okay, so because you don't want to miss any opportunities that are for you as an individual. Okay, so that is what I have for you for this new moon in Virgo. Hopefully a little later this week I'll be able to get on here and read for each sign individually. So until then, I will talk to you at least by Thursday. All right. Enjoy your night.